As warnings about cannabis grew, so did its status as a symbol of rebellion. Soon it reached right into the heart of the establishment.
When I arrived in Oxford in '67, I hadn't even smoked a cigarette, and let alone any dope, and I clearly had to solve this problem. So I went to the Cadena Cafe and bought a packet of Piccadilly cigarettes and smoked about 9 or 10 of them, and then threw up on my bed. And the good thing about Oxford in those days, you had 2 rooms. So if you threw up in one room, you could go into the other and carry on. And I did this deliberately, not in order to become a smoker, but in order to smoke cannabis, because I very much wanted to know what it would do to my imagination.
Duncan Fallowell was not alone. Scandal hit the university when the extent of cannabis smoking among students was revealed.
I did a small-scale study of the use of cannabis at Oxford. I concluded that 10% of the undergraduate population smoked cannabis when it was available to them. I cut the figure in half, 5%, but converted it into a number of 500. Then it came out in 2-inch headlines in the People drug sensation in Oxford. The senior proctor, Yardley, insisted that there were no more than 20 or 30 people, and they were all mental and physical wrecks. Their nervous systems were shot to pieces.
It was nothing, really, to smoke dope, but you would meet these little groups of rather nervous people hanging around the cloisters, wondering whether they would have a joint that night or not, and then probably deciding they wouldn't. They mostly became schoolmasters. But the people who were going to do it did it quite quickly, and the rest watched them disintegrate or otherwise.
But for those still climbing the mountains of their inner landscapes, there was another drug which would never lose its edge of danger.
This man is dancing with his shadow. He is on a trip, a trance induced by LSD. This may last 10 hours and be followed by confusion or temporary insanity.
But I do remember, a friend of mine said, "Oh, do come over here, Duncan. There's some rhinoceroses climbing out of the Isis, which is the Thames at Oxford, onto the opposite bank." And I said, "Oh, Percy, there aren't, I'm afraid." That was my awful inability to see something that wasn't there. But he saw these rhinoceroses, and later he said elephants, and I think he was transported into some kind of African safari atmosphere in the middle of Oxford.